learning, which is also included in our Merdeka curriculum. And it also used as a supplement and complement for literacy school movement. We have in our program, national program, and also we try to work with local NGOs and CSOs to sustain the program after the project finished, because we are not there. Our office in East Java, but we had program in other provinces. So in order to sustain the program, we work closely with local NGO and local CSOs. So they will help us with the mentorship and technical assistance, because we don't do hit and run. We give a training and workshop, and we hope that they can implement at the school level. No, they still need us there to support them with the mentorship and technical assistance. That's why our reason we work closely with the local CSOs and NGOs to sustain the program after the project finish, because we want to have the program rolling out. So is this the time? Okay. For the rest, I think because I think I'm the last speaker. I mean, so hopefully that I'm happy to discuss further in Q&A session with all of you for our program implementation in Indonesia, in particular with like this Nusantara. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suryadi. As you see, like all our partner has a very long-term experience of implementing African program in their field, and they even know African longer than I do. I always say like they are pioneer in this section. But before we go and jump into the Q&A session, I have two questions I'd like to open to discussion with you guys. The first one is even now, social and financial education is quite in trend, right? In trend of education, but still, like in some contexts, it's really relatively new. So I just wondering that have you encountered any obstacles or challenge when introduce this concept of social and financial education into your team or your program? And do you have any innovative way to resolve such obstacles or challenge? Do you mind sharing? Who else want to share? Marvin, want to share?
I think one of the major challenges in terms of at least in my context, because as I mentioned earlier, the we interact with are children whose family earns below minimum wage, right? So one of the challenges that we face is the harsh reality that there is a disconnect between the concept of saving between these participants and the concept of saving, because as we all know, these children survive on a daily basis. So how can they save if they can't afford to eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day? So I think the lessons that we have learned in that challenge is that we should be able to provide them with first multiple income streams that they can access, because through this multiple income streams they will be able to meet their daily needs, and eventually, hopefully, they will be able to save money for themselves and for their family. And also, in addition to this, I think another effective way to resolve or address this problem is by providing linkages, by linking them to government services, because in the first place, it is their basic rights to access these services. So yeah, linking to government agencies, and second, by providing multiple income streams.
Yeah, I think that's rather very important. Anyone want to share? Brian, no, you go first.
Yeah, Malaysia is a little bit unique. We have almost 9 different education systems for primary and secondary school. So you have English, you have Malay, you have Tamil, you have Mandarin, you have Muslim, and then you have private, international, Canadian, British, American, and then you have homeschooling. So there are 9. And trying to integrate a curriculum is next to impossible in many ways. Yeah, so that's the biggest challenge. But one of the ways that we are looking at is perhaps I'm looking at it. I have the benefit of managing a college, 5 colleges and universities. So we have an early childhood education program, and what Dr. Ethel was talking about just now, micro credentialing is the way to go. So you micro credential, you offer them 3 months courses that are not necessarily recognized by the Ministry of Education, but you can combine it to reduce your time for your diploma and your degree. So for people who are not so interested in studying, you can take the short courses, and then after a while the short courses suddenly make the long courses shorter too. So that's what we're looking at, and they are cheaper and you can build on it. So micro credentialing is one way of looking at it, and we're giving certification. For example, now we're looking at perhaps looking at how can we do active learning, all the sort of the Aflatun strong basic principles of Aflatun that we are selling, to put it as part of the micro credentialing, to identify that and sell that as a program, so it becomes commercially viable in the long run also.
Thank you, Brian. You have something?
So I just want to share the term that we use when we introduce the financial literacy or financial educations. We don't use that term when we introduced it to the school and education office, and also for the student and young people in our program. But we use life skill educations, and one of it is financial education, because in Aflatun, it is a unique thing I think about Aflatun is a balanced social and financial education. Even saving concept in Aflatun is not all about saving money and all financial resources, but also saving unfinancial like life skill itself, and also time, and also good relationship with families, with friends, also another form of saving, and also having good mental health and physical, another form of saving. So there is the term that we use when we first introduced financial literacy and financial education to other people who are mostly new to the program. Of Platoon program, we use life skill. We have life skill program material. Then we add about financial literacy, and our financial literacy is not about financial. It's also a balance social and financial literacy. That's why in our program, when youth designing their entrepreneurship product, we encourage them to think how they can related it with climate change, environments, how they can use the material from eco-friendly material and recycled material to promote that uh, uh, that their entrepreneurship also respond to the environment, the climate change that are happening now. And in climate change, of course, it is should be a collective effort to tackle that, to do the climate actions. So that all. Thank you, Yaling.
Yeah, Brandy.
Okay, sorry to stand again. Just to top up, earn, sell, and invest, but don't forget to think, examine, and study before you invest. Otherwise, you will be cheated, because now a lot of cheating. So, refer to the question: what is the challenge that the financial literacy program has been implemented in Cambodia under KUFA program? The first one is for the CFR. It is very difficult for us because we design our activity based like in-class training, study tour and saving campaign, home visit, and outreach program. You know, when we visit the home, it is very difficult to meet with the parents because they don't really trust how you come to interact with my children. At least the school director or the children themselves introduce our project officer to their parent, and then they start to have the conversation with us. However, we experience the uniquity of our project implementation as well. When we meet the parents, they said, oh, this is the first organization that come to visit our houses, and then advise us for saving, because in Cambodia there are many microfinance, and the people in the rural area known as Angka, and NGO also translated as Angka. So these two two names make people confused. And then they start to think that the person who from Kufa is the one who from Angka also. Maybe only reach out to the people, only ask them to taking loan. But when we arrive and then we interact with them in order to encourage saving for their kid, and we want to follow up what the kid learn from school, whether they share with their parent or not, because in our textbook we have the guideline for the children to introduce the financial literacy to their parent as well, not only for themselves. So this is our university, and it challenge us. For another program for Aspire project, it is a big challenge as well, because the youth already migrate, they don't stay home. So we don't reach out to them a lot in order to provide, to equip the financial literacy for them. So to liberate, to convey our financial literacy program, we try to trail our Saturday and Sunday session to the community. And as a result, it is good that we can meet them as well. So when there is a will, there is a way. When there is a challenge, we try to find a way how can we achieve it. Yes.
Thank you. I think it's a very good statement, right? When there's a will, there's a way, right? Before joining Afterton, I worked as a teacher and I work with the Ministry of Education. So when I first learned about the term of a social and financial education, I was like, what is this? Honestly. And then I realized, as East Asia, Taiwanese, we love saving. We know saving. Saving is part of our blood, in fact. So we don't know, like, I could not figure out why we learn about social and financial education. But for the past year, after joining Afterton as a regional coordinator, I'm the only one who based in the region to support our partner, and I got a very good chance to visit each of our layers like a program. I realized that it is very vital, and I can see how creative our partner are to introduce this or integrate this into their programs. But after we jump into the Q&A, I have one more questions, because you have shared a lot of like best practice, right, from the field. I'd like to hear that maybe you can share a little bit about the impact. Have you observed any impact? Because any project or any program, when you want to determine the success or of effective, you need to see the impact, right? So I'd like to hear the impact from the first head. Have you observed any impact from not only the beneficiary, maybe from the teachers or the communities? Any impact you want to share?
What is impact? Impact is behavior change. Fundamentally, when you can have behavior change, only then can you measure impact. Otherwise, yes, it's nothing, right? And I think people confuse that with the output and outcome all the time. And the biggest impact, I think, for children who are marginalized is a sense of confidence. It's amazing to see how the children want to come forward. They want to involve in community. Before they were hidden, they were shy, because I don't hold a identity card, so therefore I don't exist, and therefore I'm nobody. And that's the worst thing you can do to a human being. And I think the fact that we give the child a sense of presence and a sense of importance is something that you can never measure. I think the impact is beyond that measurement. In fact, last 2 weeks ago, Humana, my NGO in Sabah, held for the first time an Aflatun run. We had 1,600 people from all over Sabah and out of the country come and take part in a mini marathon. We lost money. We should have made money, but we didn't. It was a little bit bad planning, but it's okay. The bigger impact was the first time. Humana is based in a small town. I don't know if you're familiar with the town. It's called Lahad Datu, where they had the insurgency. The pirates attacked the town, and it's considered not a safe town to live in Sabah. That at any moment a pirate can attack you. So it doesn't have a good reputation at all. But the fact that we had the run, and we had 1,600 people from all over Malaysia come for that run, is a starting point. So we're going to continue having the Aflatun run. And when I say Aflatun run, we're going to have activities with social and financial enterprise as games, for the children. And next year we're going to have more children's activities, that we're going to have a fancy dress run for the children to take part. So not so much for the adults, but more for the children. And that's how it's going to be. And I think it's going to create a bigger presence, and that's going to make an impact in their lives.
Thank you, Brian. Shreya, do you want to share something?
Yeah, I agree with Brian. Because in Aflatun, every children, every kid, every young people are unique in our program. We treat them as a unique, a special kid, whatever their background is, and self-confidence is the thing that we see as an impact in the program. And because there are self-confidence, it's a result of the approach that we have in our Aflatun program, because the approach is participatory learning by doing student center, child center, and in Aflatun class there is never be right or wrong answer. We encourage each student to come up with their ideas and create a positive atmosphere where they can share their ideas, share their feelings through our games and activities. And another than self-confidence, also self-discipline. We found out in our school that the student, young people that have been in our program for 1 year or more, they show self-discipline. They take care of their personal belongings and also the school facilities, and they are aware of the school environment because they know their right and responsibilities. If they have right to clean classes and clean school environment, of course they have responsibilities to be involved in taking care of the school environments. And they also value time when after 1 year or more joining the Aflatun program. And the students also have to be more creative and innovative. Like we have one school in West Kalimantan that now they have mangrove plantations program. And in order to motivate the local community to take part in their movement, they create product from mangrove fruit. I just wondering that we can eat mangrove fruit. When they make the product, they want me to test the product. Are you serious? We have tested and we have consult with our local people. So it's safe. They make like juice from the mangrove, mango fruit, and sweet as well. And this way, they want to motivate the local community to take part in the mangrove plantation. That is part of their Aflatin program, because they're saying if we just tell the community by keeping the mangrove forest, then we will have a good air. So we can take care of our cause. They are not well motivated, but we told them we can make a profit from mango fruit. We can make a juice, we can make a sweet, and I think we can get a financial benefit from it. So it seems that the local community will be more motivated to take part. I think that way they also saw innovations and creative ideas of how to deal with their local community, taking part of the community development, and also shows their youth leadership at the same time. Thank you, Yanni.
Okay, Brian.
So let me share just a very simple impact that Kupa experienced. When we design the visit, we select the student who don't serve, and then we visit their home. To visit their home, to encourage them and to follow up what they have learned. And then when they come back to school, they learn the lesson from our project officer. Next day or next week, we visit their home again and then to check whether they serve or not. So the encouragement, the message, the visit is very powerful for the student who never started serving. And then when we visit their home, they start to serve. So the student who already sell, we don't select them for the visit. And then we choose a student who don't sell. And then we see that the result is change, that they start to sell. Another activity is we have a teacher workshop. Teacher workshop is not only impact the themselves, but it impact to the student, because it doesn't mean that Kufa stay there forever with the same school. We have to graduate to another school, and then the teacher were equipped with the literacy, and then they rely that they should share it to the student for next generation, because the teacher, the one who will be at the same school more than Kufa. One teacher said that you start to sell before you spend. Set aside your income for saving before spending. She said, oh, it seemed like you knocked us one big knock on the head, because she is the teacher, but she didn't apply that formula to herself. So when she applied that formula to herself, it is like feeling proud and want to share to her student as well. So it means that the impact, not only for the teacher, but for the student, not only for this generation, but for the other. And the school director start to introduce the financial literacy knowledge by asking student and encouraging student every Monday when they respect the national anthem. They start to ask, do you sell money? Do you spend all the money that your mother give you as a pocket money, like this? So this is the behavior change, the impact that we can see from our program. One more terrible message. We provide the financial literacy to the one NGO in Phnom Penh, that they train the children from the slum. Those children do not have pocket money, but when we provide them the training, one student come up, I know how to sell, even though I don't have money to sell. In her mind, she understands the selling concept, but not now because she doesn't have. But she keep it when she will apply this knowledge. I give you one real story about lack of financial literacy knowledge in Cambodia. When the microfinance, they have the credit officer visit village home in order to mobilize a group for providing loan. And then they need 5 people, for example. And then only 4 people available to come for taking loan. And one lady, she needed to go to the field to collect the fish for her meal, for her lunch. But when she see people gather there, she start to visit, oh, what are you doing here, guys? And then they said, oh, we are providing the loan, and then we lack of members. Do you want to join us? And then the encouragement from the credit officer, are you taking loan? It's easy to take, something like that. She said, oh, that's okay, include me. No financial plan, no budget plan, no goal, just fell into the debt, taking the loan, don't go to the field to catch the fish and bring back the money home, and then buy nice food without any plan taking loan. And then few months later, I personally met her, and then she said, I don't have any income. Why I take that loan? And now I can still pay back the loan. And she told it happily. So it seemed like she is happy with the ignorant, with the less knowledge of the financial literacy. So if we have the plan, we will never taking that loan. But she doesn't have. She take it, and then she still don't know how to deal with it. Just by the end of the month, pay the money to the credit officer. She doesn't know what to do with them. This is the disadvantage, and it is dangerous for people in the rural area that don't know how to manage their budget with lack of financial literacy knowledge.
I think we're exceeds the time. I know all of you have a tons of story to share. So before jumping to the Q&A session, I really want to, doing this job, like for me, is I always amazed by all the creativity by our partners and the students. And when I visit Sri Lanka, you all know, like Sri Lanka just went through the financial crisis, right? So actually, Sri Lanka government could not pay, the textbook or everything. Their fundings is only enough to cover the salary for the teachers. So it was our student who studied in the African program they use, they apply their skills and, to have a small business to support the school, to print the textbook, print the report card, and to fix the roof of the school building. So it was very mind blowing. And every time when I travel, when I meet our partner, when I hear the story, I feel like, okay, that means something. And so before we close, I know we exceed the time, but I would like to open the floor for the question. Any questions? No? Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. I am Mary Grace Cinco from the Cooperative Development Authority. And of course, we'd like to thank everyone for your efforts as a nonprofit organization promoting financial literacy among the youth. Being a nonprofit organization, anybody can answer. Um, I know, I know that you work on a very limited budget, no, because you're a nonprofit. So, what form of assistance will you be needing in order to continue or to sustain your advocacy? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who want to answer? Sri. Okay.
I think you need to diversify your incomes. Don't depend too much on a grant. Don't depend too much on one kind of funding. So if you're already doing financial literacy, then social entrepreneurship is one way of creating one stream. Looking at alumni, your former members, the members of your co-op who have left and become successful. You have to appeal to someone's ego. People with money have big egos, and if you appeal to their ego, you get their money. And that's what I do, and that's where I get the money. So that's another way. So you diversify. You look at international funding, local banks. What about what do you call it? Homestays. These are all small incomes, but you create. Sometimes it's not just about creating income; it's about creating confidence. When you create a confidence in a child or in a youth, 10 years from now, the impact will be there. So don't look at impact now and immediately. Look at long term. Look at developing confidence in a child. Look at developing confidence. I used to work in America, and children there with 10% of the knowledge of Asian children do so well because they speak so well. They're so confident. But our Asian children is always so shy. So, oh, don't ask me. I mean, why? Why do we lack that? Why do Asian children go to America and do the best? The top 10% in almost every American university is Asian. Filipino, Indian, Chinese, you name it. We're all the top 10. Why? Because when we are there, we are given the confidence and the boost. Here we are not. Our teachers tell us, keep quiet. Only talk when you are supposed to talk. Otherwise, don't talk. When I'm quite a vocal person, so I'm considered arrogant. But in America, I'm celebrated and considered confident, right? So it's all a matter of cultural perspectives, and we live in a world where it's global now, and we have to compete. So I think that shy. Oh, I'm very shy. Please forgive me. I'm Asian. Forget it, lah. Leave it behind. It's time to go on and be confident. And you're good at it. There are certain things in the Philippines that Malaysians can't do. You Filipinos are excellent at it. Nurture that and use it to your best ability, I think. Really, your English speaking ability, you're number one in Asia now, right? So why not use that to your advantage? So there are many, many ways you can do this and look at it. So I'm happy to share with you some of the breakdowns of different ways you can look for funding and sometimes confidence inspires funding. When you're not confident, I'm as a funder, I'm not going to give you any money. So I think you have to be a little bit confident with that. Yeah.
Thank you. Surya, there's something?
As non-profit organization, of course, we work with a limited budget, as you said. But when we first approach the provincial and district education office, we just need your approval to implement the program, and we will take care of the rest. But because we work closely with local NGOs and local CSOs, including our real example, Anjas. Anjas joined our program for 3 years now. Before she is our local facilitator, and now she become we recruit him because he performed he did a good work there in West Kalimantan. So we asked him to be our program coordinator and youth program manager in West Kalimantan. Of course, as a volunteer, and because I also joined NGO as a volunteer before, so we have that volunteer spirit, and I think we should give round of applause to visa volunteers that helping us for the event today. Um, I think this is what we need from the government or education authority. Of course, we need approval from them. So with that kind of approval, and hopefully they can provide us with the MOUs, we can approach local bank, local cooperatives, like what we do now in West Kalimantan. We approach local bank, as Anja shared this morning, Bank Kalbar, and also in East Nusa Tenggara, because we have a lot of local cooperatives there. We try to connect our school and non-formal education with local bank and local cooperative to finance their aflatin program at the school level. Thank you.
Okay, last one.
Thank you. I think aside from the financial assistance that we receive from different donors, I think one important kind of assistance that we should receive is technical assistance. Technical in the sense that we should be provided with different perspectives in terms of programming our content, because as we all know, most of the content here in the Philippines or in different countries are developed by their local employees. So I think this kind of event gives us an avenue to have more perspectives in creating content in order to address different social issues. And I think the beauty in this suggestion is that it promotes collaborative work within countries and within communities around the Philippines.
Yeah, thank you, Marvin. Last one. I think we can stay here one more one day. But following the Marvin's statement, actually, Opportune is going to host the Asia regional meeting in June in Cebu, Philippines. So we will gather again, and then we will have more day to talk more about this. And
If I cannot answer your question, I cannot sleep well tonight. Because this is a heart attack question. Yes, to every NGO we expert in this. That's why KUFA approach. The first one, let's say we eat even the small fish, not just wait for the big fish to feed our KUFA. That's why we have some consultancy service to support, like National Bank Cambodia, to integrate financial inclusion into the school curriculum program. And then we take that budget available from that to implement our program. So it means that we take the leaf, the banana leaf, to make the banana cake. Yes, and also we have used the volunteer student from Monash University and other volunteer program from Australia in order to refresh our program. Because if we hire the expert, we will spend a lot of money. Right now, we are doing the Aspire program refreshment, but we use the volunteer to help us. So it means we try to find every source in order to support and to run KUFA program and to include the financial literacy knowledge to our people. Yeah, thank you. I sleep well tonight after answering the question.
I think we will sleep tonight. Thank you. Can you give a big round of applause to our wonderful speakers? So one thing to be noted, actually, Opportune didn't pay anything to them to advise for the Opportune programs because we are here because we share the same vision, right? We share the same vision, like we want to socially, economically empower the children and the youth to be the agent of the change in their own life. And I think that's the own purpose. Everyone's here, the reason of why. So thank you so much, and thank you for here for our session 3. And we want to wish you I know the very good day ahead, and also happy Holy Week for Filipino friends, and Ramadan Mubarak for our online Muslim friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Certificate.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's the cue. Now we would like to present the certificate of recognition to our speakers and our moderator, as well as a token of appreciation from Visa. And we have our Visa volunteers, friends over here, to award the token. And of course, may call on again as Patsian to award the certificate of recognition to our speakers. May I invite the speakers to please stand and accept the certificate of recognition as well as the tokens. Thank you so much, everyone. A big round of applause again to our speakers and moderator of our last session for today. Thank you. Now it's time for us to get some nourishment. We will have a very quick break for 10 minutes for us to enjoy the refreshments provided us this afternoon. Very quick, you can bring your merienda, your snacks also on the chair so that we can resume again for the closing activity of our Global Money Week 2024. So everyone is invited to partake in our refreshment and be back in 10 minutes. Thank you.
هو الأمن اللي بيحفظ صورنا خصوصيتنا، يعني الرسائل اللي احنا بنبعتها.
جهازك الإلكتروني زي التلفون أو الأيباد أو الكمبيوتر بيحميك تستعمل.
I have heard of it, and I know that payment fraud is if you get your credit or debit card stolen and somebody else makes purchases on it.
Oui, j'ai un ami qui a été victime de l'utilisation de ses données personnelles et de sa carte bancaire. Ses parents ont dû porter plainte à la police.
مرة وأنا صغيرة نزلت تطبيق يعني معين واخترق بياناتي وصار يبعث رسالات لأصدقائي يعني مش أنا اللي بعثتهم بس يعني مخلة بالأخلاق وهيك.
If someone is asking too many questions like your email, password, personal things, you can be tricked.
De diverses manières. Premièrement, je pense que lorsque ça apparaît de façon inattendue, par exemple, on vous dit que vous avez gagné un concours alors que vous n'aviez pas participé.
Check if the website is safe and make sure, like, to ask your parents maybe if it's safe.
Ну, например, тебе приходят странные сообщения по поводу твоего банка. Я для начала позвоню банку, узнаю всю информацию и не буду сразу отвечать «да», чтобы, например, согласиться или что-нибудь еще. Но когда ты маленький и все такое, лучше пойти к родителям. Они разбираются в этом лучше.
إنه لازم تكون الباسبور تاعتنا قوية وسهل حفظها عشان يعني نحن ما ننساها في أي وقت وكمان ما نعطيها حتى لأقرب الأصدقاء لأنه يمكن هدول الأصدقاء بس بدهم منك إنه ياخذوا الباسبور وخلاص.
Des mots de passe difficiles à identifier. Ensuite, tu fais des achats sur des sites sûrs et vérifiés.
Because if it is easy, everyone can guess it.
Éviter que d'autres personnes comme les arnaqueurs ne prennent le contrôle de nos comptes pour nous arnaquer. Je crois que les empreintes digitales et la reconnaissance faciale sont plus sûres que les mots de passe.
هو الأمن اللي بيحفظ صورنا خصوصيتنا يعني الرسائل اللي نحن بنبعتها.
جهازك الإلكتروني زي التلفون أو الأيباد أو الكمبيوتر بيحميك تستعمل.
I have heard of it, and I know that payment fraud is if you get your credit or debit card stolen and somebody else makes purchases on it.
Oui, j'ai une amie qui a été victime d'utilisation de ses données personnelles et de sa carte bancaire. Ses parents ont dû porter plainte à la police.
مرة وأنا صغيرة نزلت تطبيق يعني معين واخترق بياناتي وصار يبعث رسالات لأصدقائي يعني مش أنا اللي بعثتهم بس يعني مخلة بالأخلاق وهيك.
If someone is asking too many questions like your email, password, personal things, you can be tricked.
De diverses manières. Premièrement, je pense que lorsque ça apparaît de façon inattendue, par exemple, on vous dit que vous avez gagné un concours alors que vous n'aviez pas participé.
Check if the website is safe and make sure, like, to ask your parents maybe if it's safe.
Ну, например, тебе приходят странные сообщения по поводу твоего банка. Я для начала позвоню банку, узнаю всю информацию и не буду сразу отвечать «да», чтобы, например, согласиться или что-нибудь еще. Но когда ты маленький и все такое, лучше пойти к родителям. Они разбираются в этом лучше.
إنه لازم تكون الباسبور تاعتنا قوية وسهل حفظها عشان يعني نحن ما ننساها في أي وقت وكمان ما نعطيها حتى لأقرب الأصدقاء لأنه يمكن هدول الأصدقاء بس بدهم منك إنه ياخذوا الباسبور وخلاص.
Des mots de passe difficiles à identifier. Ensuite, tu fais des achats sur des sites sûrs et vérifiés.
Because if it is easy, everyone can guess it.
Éviter que d'autres personnes comme les arnaqueurs ne prennent le contrôle de nos comptes pour nous arnaquer. Je crois que les empreintes digitales et la reconnaissance faciale sont plus sûres que les mots de passe.
هو الأمن اللي بيحفظ صورنا خصوصيتنا يعني الرسائل اللي نحن بنبعتها.
جهازك إلكتروني زي التلفون أو الأيباد أو الكمبيوتر بيحميك تستعمل.
I have heard of it, and I know that payment fraud is if you get your credit or debit card stolen and somebody else makes purchases on it.
Oui, j'ai une amie qui a été victime de l'utilisation de ses données personnelles et de sa carte bancaire. Ses parents ont dû porter plainte à la police.
مرة وأنا صغيرة نزلت تطبيق يعني معين واخترق بياناتي وصار يبعث رسالات لأصدقائي، يعني مش أنا اللي بعثتهم بس يعني مخلة بالأخلاق وهيك.
If someone is asking too many questions like your email, password, personal things, you can be tricked.
De diverses manières. Premièrement, je pense que lorsque ça apparaît de façon inattendue, par exemple, on vous dit que vous avez gagné un concours alors que vous n'aviez pas participé.
Check if the website is safe and make sure, like, to ask your parents maybe if it's safe.
Ну, например, тебе приходят странные сообщения по поводу твоего банка. Я для начала позвоню банку, узнаю всю информацию и не буду сразу отвечать «да», чтобы, например, согласиться или что-нибудь еще. Но когда ты маленький и все такое, лучше пойти к родителям. Они разбираются в этом лучше.
إنه لازم تكون الباسبور تاعتنا قوية وسهل حفظها عشان يعني نحن ما ننساها في أي وقت، وكمان ما نعطيها حتى لأقرب الأصدقاء، لأنه يمكن هدول الأصدقاء بس بدهم منك إنه ياخذوا الباسبور وخلص.
Des mots de passe difficiles à identifier. Ensuite, tu fais des achats sur des sites sûrs et vérifiés.
Because if it is easy, everyone can guess it.
Éviter que d'autres personnes comme les arnaqueurs ne prennent le contrôle de nos comptes pour nous arnaquer. Je crois que les empreintes digitales et la reconnaissance faciale sont plus sûres que les mots de passe.
هو الأمن اللي بيحفظ صورنا، خصوصيتنا، يعني الرسائل اللي نحن بنبعتها.
جهازك الإلكتروني زي التلفون أو الأيباد أو الكمبيوتر بيحميك تستعمل.
I have heard of it, and I know that payment fraud is if you get your credit or debit card stolen and somebody else makes purchases on it.
Oui, j'ai une amie qui a été victime de l'utilisation de ses données personnelles et de sa carte bancaire. Ses parents ont dû porter plainte à la police.
مرة وأنا صغيرة نزلت تطبيق يعني معين واخترق بياناتي وصار يبعث رسالات لأصدقائي، يعني مش أنا اللي بعثتهم بس يعني مخلة بالأخلاق وهيك.
If someone is asking too many questions like your email, password, personal things, you can be tricked.
De diverses manières. Premièrement, je pense que lorsque ça apparaît de façon inattendue, par exemple, on vous dit que vous avez gagné un concours alors que vous n'aviez pas participé.
Check if the website is safe and make sure, like, to ask your parents maybe if it's safe.
Ну, например, тебе приходят странные сообщения по поводу твоего банка. Я для начала позвоню банку, узнаю всю информацию и не буду сразу отвечать «да», чтобы, например, согласиться или что-нибудь еще. Но когда ты маленький и все такое, лучше пойти к родителям. Они разбираются в этом лучше.
إنه لازم تكون الباسبور تاعتنا قوية وسهل حفظها عشان يعني نحن ما ننساها في أي وقت، وكمان ما نعطيها حتى لأقرب الأصدقاء، لأنه يمكن هدول الأصدقاء بس بدهم منك إنه ياخذوا الباسبور وخلص.
Des mots de passe difficiles à identifier. Ensuite, tu fais des achats sur des sites sûrs et vérifiés.
Because if it is easy, everyone can guess it.
Éviter que d'autres personnes comme les arnaqueurs ne prennent le contrôle de nos comptes pour nous arnaquer. Je crois que les empreintes digitales et la reconnaissance faciale sont plus sûres que les mots de passe.
هو الأمن اللي بيحفظ صورنا خصوصيتنا، يعني الرسائل اللي احنا بنبعتها.
جهازك الإلكتروني زي التلفون أو الأيباد أو الكمبيوتر بيحميك تستعمل.
I have heard of it, and I know that payment fraud is if you get your credit or debit card stolen and somebody else.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had good refreshment. The pasta was delicious. And now that we are already full and nourished, Good afternoon once again. Our day is not over yet because now we will announce the winners for our video making contest. This contest aims to encourage youth creativity and awareness regarding financial literacy and the importance of safeguarding their financial future. The videos are prepared based on the theme Protect Your Money, Secure Your Future, and are to be made by Aflatoon and Afla Youth from 12 to 18 years old. And to announce our winners, may I call on again Ms. Patsen Low to represent Visa to announce this year's Global Money Week video contest winners.
Thank you very much, Salad.
Sorry.
Okay, I am the last person to hold the mic this evening. So, one more. Oh, there's one more. Okay, I'm the second last person to hold the mic this evening. I will be announcing the 3 winners for the video making contest, and may they continue to be strong champions for financial literacy where they are. Third place, the third place winner is Kauyagan Savers MPC. Members Altia Igia, Alea Igia, and Jana Tortola. Are they here? Oh, they're online maybe? Oh, and now, okay, well, wonderful. And the second, third place winner is Kamsur MPC. Big hand for them, please. Members Jan Valerio, Marco Imperial, Sha'an Magdarog. Congratulations to both Kauyagan Savers and Kamsur MPC. Second place, DCCCO MPC. Members Ella Obligar and Rench Reyes. Congratulations, DCCCO MPC. Is that you guys? Oh, okay. Okay. First place will be San Dionisio Credit Cooperative. Woo! Members Jean Kuko, Majin Bismonte, Gavin Bismonte. Well, congratulations to all of you. San Dionisio Credit Cooperative, well done. You're the champions today. But we're all winners because we have a chance to now learn how we can all be champions of financial literacy. Congratulations to everyone. May I invite the first place, San Dionisio Credit Cooperative, to please come up.
Again, congratulations to San Dionisio Credit Cooperative for winning first place in our video making contest. Jean Buko, John Buko, Natachi Bismonte, and Gavin Bismonte. And we're joined by their mentors. Thank you so much, Patsian, for awarding our winners for the video making contest. Congratulations again to all our winners. Now let us watch our winning video.
How much is this? 300. This one, same price. Thanks, Ma. Hey! Oh, hey! Are you still waiting for a ride? Yeah, I am. The school is just near. Why don't we just take a walk then? We can also save. money and also experience a good exercise. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go. Sorry, let me Are you good? Yeah, I'm alright. Okay. Wanna buy ice cream though? Do you think we really need it? I think it's best if we could save our money. Good point. That makes sense. Let's go. Hey, Dad, do you want to buy hopia? It's only 10 pesos each.
Oh yeah, of course I would. I'll get two. Oh wait, hold on. 20 pesos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Just a little bit more. I'll be able to buy my new school shoes.
So, Kyrie, do you wanna buy some food?
I packed my own food so that I can save the money that I can earn.
All right, very first thing, you should just eat this.
Let's eat. Sure. Do you mind if I go home already? My shoes are really broken. I think it kind of make it. Thanks.
We are buying it for you.
You know what, Mom? Don't worry. It's on me.
Oh, thank you so much. That was a powerful and emotional video showing the power of delaying gratification as shared by Ernie a while ago. Congratulations again to San Dionisio Credit Cooperative students from San Dionisio Credit Cooperative. And to give us a synthesis and closing remarks, let's again welcome Ms. Sylvia Paraguya, Aflatun Asia Board.
Thank you very much, Salet. Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Good afternoon and give a clap to all of you for being here up to the last part. But because this is a blended activity, we have people still online. So thank you very much for being there. I think back to the first part. First slide. Yeah, so we have this 2024 Global Money Week where the theme is protecting your money and securing the future. And remember the hashtags? GMW 2024 and Aflatun Day. So Salet, who has been our MC for today, was the first officer of NATCO handling Aflatun in 2008. And it's then turned over to Hazel, but now she's back as the advocacy unit head, and that's why she's here, and she's covering a lot of the advocacies of NATCO. The next slide is just a review, a little peek of the Utrecht Declaration, because in November 1 to 3, the partners of Aflatun met in Netherlands, and there was a declaration. This is anchored on UN Secretary General's vision statement on transforming education, and it aims to strengthen global commitment and action towards transforming education, emphasizing social and financial education for children and youth, because we know that there is an evolving need of the youth in this rapidly globalizing world, and that was mentioned by our youth participant. So we know that social and financial education is a catalyst for responsible global citizens. When you know the link between the financial and the social, then you tend to take care of yourself, you take care of your family and the whole community. So the declaration is a call to action urging governments, education and stakeholders for policy frameworks, inclusive curricula, teacher support. And in the end, we would like to see equitable access to quality social and financial education. So even if Salet earlier asked you to look at this, but this is the highlights of the Utrecht Declaration. I think we have covered most of what is mentioned in the Utrecht Declaration. The next slide shows you the program, the participants, and both in face-to-face and online. So from the countries, we have from Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and Taiwan. And if I add Singapore for the vice president, and of course, Netherlands for Aflatun. So you have your names there as participants to this 2024 Global Money Week. Next slide is the flow of the program, where we started with the next slide with the welcome and opening remarks. And after that, we got it straight from the youth. I think we'd like to make a difference by putting the youth first so they can express themselves. And what we saw there is that the youth is saying that easy access, specifically with digitalization, is not necessarily good, so it should go with financial education. And there's a mention of delayed gratification, discipline critical in financial education. The youth is now affected by the influence of social media, peer pressure on consumer culture. And we'd like to see how we can, I cannot see it already, that the parents or the teachers should be role models. So the youth is saying you should institutionalize youth organization, you make savings fun, and if there are rewards, it's according to the ages. The programs should be youth-centered, and please continue to pour resources to financial education. The next group discussion is about the youth stakeholder. How do you protect people's money and their financial future? So there's a mention of the financial consumer protection policies. In the Philippines, there's the laboratory co-op and Aflatun as mechanisms. The choice of viable financial institutions. If the children and youth will save, then they should look at the viability of the financial institutions to make sure that they do not lose money. The digital literacy and how do we protect the children and youth against scams. And when we talk about financial resilience, it's a bundle of financial services, from emergency fund, from multiple income streams, from health insurance, for retirement fund. And here there is also mention of what is the link of financial education, the purpose of the organization. And this is a question which will be asked of the stakeholders, because if your purpose as an organization is closely linked to financial education, then you have no problem doing financial education. There, for some, because of absence of a national MOA, there's a MOA between co-ops and schools. Then the next group of discussion is the integration of the financial education in the curriculum. And we're happy to note that across the participating countries, it is integrated in various levels. And that means it can start from early childhood, it can include teacher training, training of trainers, but the financial educators can include the teachers and even the parents. And we also would like to see continual development of materials and approaches, and that there are available modules which can guide the teachers, including that of Aflatun and that of Visa. But the question now is, how do you monitor the effectiveness of the financial education as it is integrated in the curriculum? And it is very clear that even the governments which have integrated financial education avow that there is a need for partnerships with the stakeholders. The last two sessions is about the role of the organizations in promoting financial education in curriculum, both for the financial institutions and for the nonprofits. So it's said that there should be creative tools for financial education. The Aflatun, the Visa, the BDO Foundation have their tools. Then we see that it's not just financial education, but then the integration of the gender lens, entrepreneurship, the climate action, the mental health, the concern for the bigger community. In the face of digitalization, we're looking at how we can have digital financial literacy. And while we integrate financial education in school, it needs to get out to the classroom, because the youth is exposed to the whole community. How do we bring financial literacy to everybody? And for one of the NGOs, they brought it to the plantation. Clearly, there's a need for collaboration and stakeholders. And we saw also how they have focused on the marginalized persons with disabilities. And one of the things where there's funding needed is the translation to the specific language. Now, so those are the different inputs from the different panel discussions, but I highlighted some of the things which we can really see running across. And how do we protect the consumers, the participating institutions, so that they're viable, that when you look at financial inclusion, it's a bundle, and there is a need for the fit of the organization with that of the financial education. So these are the developments if you look at financial education. I will move to the last. In the last session, there was a question, what is the impact of financial education? And they said that the children with confidence, next slide, children with confidence, or children who practice the habit of saving. So when we say that we want a future where child has access to quality social and financial education, we'd like to see empowered children and youth. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all of you for staying. We'd like to thank Visa for this partnership. And for the Vice President to stay up to the end. We know how busy she is. We'd also like to thank the Cooperative Development Authority. They have to go to another hotel for another activity. We would like to thank the different cooperatives, our guests from the ASEAN for flying to the Philippines, and we hope you will enjoy your stay, and we hope to see you in another Global Money Week in your own country. And with that, good evening and thank you very much. And we thank the preparation of the food. We really had second serving because the food was nice. And we'd like to thank all the persons who are here preparing the venue, the photographers, those at the back helping us. The Visa volunteers, so helped us right when we entered and when up to here, and they're still waiting for us. Thank you very much. You have a very nice office. I hope you will enjoy also your stay here. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sylvia Paraguya, for the comprehensive synthesis of our Global Money Week 2024. And thank you so much to everyone, to all of you. here at the Visa office. And to all our online participants, thank you so much for staying with us for the last 8 hours or so. And those who are joining us via online interactive platform. You have made our Global Money Week 2024 truly engaging, fun, and full of learning. We hope to see you again in our future GMW events. Together, let's build a future where young people are financially empowered and secure. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much. Bye.